So this is my 2026 AJP PR7, sounds like a Star Wars droid, but Gold Edition, and actually I call it the Titan Edition, and yeah, we'll get to that. This is my attempt at going all in, so it's not a budget build this or a sensible build. It's obscene bling bling. I call it the Sheik because it looks like how a Dubai prince would decorate his bathroom with black marble and gold faucets and everything. Yeah, and you might know I had a 2024 AJP PR7, but I got
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
an offer I couldn't refuse. So I upgraded or traded in my 24, and this is, as it comes out of the factory, it's the Gold Edition, and basically it's exactly the same bike as the Standard Edition. The only real difference is the suspension, the Öhlins suspension, and what you get is a more firm suspension. The Standard Edition that I had when it came from the factory, it's really capable, awesome suspension, focused more on the pleasure ride, and I like that in a way, but that also means that you're microsecond after everything happens, it's swaying a little bit, and when you're braking for a turn, it's diving. But all that was good, except for when I put a lot of luggage on it, normally like 18 kilos in the back. I rode all the way down to Romania. There's a video from that trip, and with the luggage there, I had this, my half beam went into the faces of the truck drivers even. So not the best experience there, but all I had to do was really to upgrade the spring. So good. So would I upgrade to the Gold Edition if I didn't get this trade-in offer? I guess not, because that was really tuned in for me with the suspension on that one. But I could not refuse. I mean, just look at it. I think it's the gold that got me. And the suspension comes in hard, which means I soften this a bit with a loosen up the compression and stuff, where the Standard I had to stiffen it a little bit. And I've gone full retard on the modifications now already. Never go full retard, but I've done a lot. Some are practical and really helps, and some are just for the bling. So let's go through the mods, shall we? Of course, the most obvious, I guess, is the Decal set. I like to personalize my bikes, so the Baldinger golden theme. So first, the rally tower with the LED lights and stuff. Since 25, there are proper LED lights on the PR7s. The 24 I had were crap halogen lights, but I really like the looks of the Titan ADV rally product. And yeah, that's why there's a lot of Titan on this bike. We'll get to that. So this is the first Titan thing. I swapped the standard Samsung tablet to the Norte, or how you pronounce it, from DMD. So yeah, that's a proper navigation unit that I love, with all the buttons up here for that you can program to do different things, not using the screen. And to that, the DMD Remote 2 hand controller with joystick buttons, and this, I use that for zoom. And also from Titan, the Dubai Prince bathtub hot water knob here. to go with the gold, of course. And I want the neck here so that no dust and stuff fall in when I open it, and I don't need the lock. On the rear, luggage rack, minimal, also from Titan, of course. I have the Moskomoto Noblin on there for easy mounting of the luggage. So yeah, blends in nicely with the black. And also from Titan, the bash plate, proper, it's wider than original, goes out to protect the engine a little bit. And the original one does not protect the linkage of the suspension in the rear, but this goes out fully under protecting it. So that's nice. And also the original plate has one M6 or 8 screw here, that's all. If that breaks, the whole bash plate falls off. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 bolts, and it's bolted to the frame properly. So yeah, really rugged stuff. Yeah, and the oil filler plug there just because it's gold, of course. And to go complete all in, I got the titanium axle kit from Titan ADV Rally. The axles or materials are much harder, a little bit heavier, and it includes the front axle, all the wheel spacers, even the swing arm bolt, and of course the rear axle. And what I've got on the T7 also, because I love them, and that's the twin pegs. It's a whole video on just that topic, but basically it saves me energy, moves the muscle you use up to the larger muscles and your thighs and butt and everything. Stable, so the last 25% of a long day, I'm rocking it. I don't have the fatigue the same way. And it's also the third control point of the bike, in my opinion. You have the handlebars, you have the normal pegs, and you have the heels. You don't always use them, you use them when you need them, and you learn also to really shift the weight. The bike doesn't care how far you drop your heels. It doesn't affect the bike at all, only your position on the bike. But here you actually can shift the center of gravity backwards when you want it. And it comes with the missing luggage loop that you have to buy separately otherwise, but that's really good for the luggage. Yeah, I changed the front sprocket protector there. It's more open and lets dust and gunk out of the way. Not many people heard about the AJP PR7. I often get, what kind of bike is that? Price comes in at the same level as a T7, so it's this or a T7 basically. Unless you're opting for the Gold Edition with Öhlins suspension, then you're more in the BMW price range. Some 19,000 euros around there, I think. But this is a handicraft. It's a small factory built by AJP. His name is something, it's his initials, AJP. And he started making his own enduro bikes. He's some sort of enduro champion. And he made this PR7, the adventure bike. So it's not a big bore enduro like the 690 or the Husky 701. They are still enduro bikes. This is more towards the adventure sort of segment in the way that it's much longer wheelbase. It's even longer wheelbase than a T7, which makes it incredibly stable at high speeds. It's more of a rally bike that way, and it comes standard with all the stuff on it that you would do if you adventurize a 690 or something like that. It comes with a tower. It comes with a Samsung tablet with navigation on it already. It has a seat that will make any BMW rider envious. It's fantastic. This is what you pay like 600 euros for this seat. But it comes as standard. The engine is, it says PR7, so that hints it's a 700, but it's not. It says 650 on the engine, which hints it's a 650, but it's not. It's actually a 600 one cylinder. The SWM engine, originally produced by Husqvarna and then sold to BMW and sold and sold. Now it's a factory in Italy, and they make this engine really, and that's why one of the reasons I opted for the PR7. I want a travel enduro, not adventurized enduro. So this engine is super old-fashioned, and I will maintain it and do all the services and valve changes myself. The oil change range is 5,000 kilometers. That's long enough for trips, in my opinion. And there's also valve checks at 5,000 in the manual, but I know some AJP mechanics saying it's, yeah, you can check, but it's rarely that you need to adjust them, so you can extend that. Besides the option to go gold or not, you also have this exhaust option, the standard silent one, 45 something 7 horsepower, or the race kit, which is the Doma exhaust with the matching ECU, and it puts out some 60-65 horsepower. The only downside really, it's loud. I'm going to play the instrument here for you. Really a tractor, very strong in the low end, so first gear, second gear, just on idle, third gear, and if I twist it here now on third, yeah, it takes off. And it's also a mellow cruising machine because you're always on low RPMs. It's just a little explorer, so agile, and I have the guts to go on my own. With the T7 I can get into more situations. Tires, I usually go with the Mitas XT Plus, Enduro Trail XT Plus, because I like off-road and they are really good on tarmac. This is the standard edition. There's also the Dakar edition, which is okay when it's warm and hot like today, but not in the Swedish spring and autumn. So the bike comes standard with Michelin trackers on, which are super cool tires, but they wear a bit fast, so not really for traveling, which is what I like to do. So the XT Plus, mainly on my T7 and also the AJP, so I rode my PR7 to Romania last year. That was about 5,500 kilometers, a lot of tarmac transport there and back, off-road there, and they held up fantastic. So I still had meat on them when I got back. So yeah, that's my tire. I do have a video on building this, talking about the T7 and this one if you can't get enough, so you can check that out. And otherwise, just keep on riding. See ya. The bike comes standard with oh fuck, alley tower. I had the same on my motherfuck, and I don't need a lock on here.